You know, sometimes I'm thinking that if some years ago somebody would tell me that I will be here presenting on TED Talk, I would be like, nah, I don't think so, it's possible, no. But here we go, one opportunity lead another one, and new doors got open. And taking these opportunities, I'm here in front of you. Sometimes we don't know where we're going to be when we reflect years ago, and then we find ourselves doing things that we would think we would never do. Who can relate to that? Yes, definitely. So when opportunities are there, we sometimes take them, but very often we don't. What stops us? It's very challenging to be out there, to do something new, to put ourselves out of comfort zone. It is very challenging for sure. But there are some common reasons why we're not taking opportunities. Atychiphobia, who knows what it means? Anybody? I do. So it means actually fear of failure. And who has ever fear of failure or any other fears? Yeah, me too. Every time when I try something new, I'm so scared. I realize that mostly I'm scared that I'm not going to be prepared enough, or probably I'm not going to perform at the level I want to, or maybe I'm simply not going to be good enough. Atychiphobia comes from childhood, mostly from parents, over-demanding parents, or probably siblings, and also friends. And think about society that we live in. We have all these high expectations, the way we look, our education, career. We also have good presets of what is failure, what is success. So this can define if we're going to take opportunities or actually not. Another fear that I want to talk about is FOMO. Who knows what is FOMO? That's an easy one, right? Yeah, it's a fear of failure. FOMO is actually also fear of desire being connected with what other people are doing. That can be a positive one, because this fear is actually push us a little bit out of comfort zone and get us involved with other people and make us do things that we would probably wouldn't do. Also, we shouldn't underestimate power of unconscious mind. Do you remember, like, when you watch the horror movie, for example, and there is a scene on the screen and something gonna happen, like really, really scary, and you're sitting there and your heart starts beating faster, your body temperature is raising, and you probably have sweaty hands. Do you remember that? Why is that? You feel pretty safe in your sofa at home or even in the cinema, but our unconscious mind sends us these signals, and our body feels that it's real, the danger is real. We should keep it in mind when we make decisions about opportunities. Sometimes this unconscious take over, and there is nothing to do with reality. Also, positive attitude takes a really great role in making decisions as well. What do you think, where you place yourself more often? Is your atychiphobia bigger or FOMO? So I think that you may say that it depends on the situation. Yes, of course it does depend on the situation, but you'll be surprised how much it depends on personality as well and our perception. Here, positive attitude plays a great role. Let me tell you my story. At the age of 34, I start running. Then I start cycling. So I remember that it was July, and just some of my colleagues start running. They did run already, so I joined them, and surprisingly got hooked. I really enjoyed, really love it. I was like, wow, that feels really great, all this endorphin after the run. And I never ever ran any kilometer in my life. I never was a runner. So I got hooked, great, fantastic. And then somebody said, oh, you know what? I want to run marathon one day. And that moment I thought, interesting. So 1 month later, I signed up for my very first race. It was Sydney Blackmore Marathon in September. And when I shared this with my colleagues in my office, they said, oh my God, you don't know what you're doing. It's just such a big event. You're supposed to run maybe half marathon first, and you know that people training for this for 1 year before they actually do full marathon. And I was like, oh, half marathon is not exciting for me. So probably I'm still gonna go for a full one. But I remember the night before the event, I couldn't sleep till 2 a.m. and I was so scared and frustrated because of all the comments that I had. I rearranged all my clothes, I looked at myself, I looked at everything, I was like, oh my God, something is missing. Why these people got so scared? Why they put all this frustration on me? Probably I don't know what's gonna happen. And I was like really, really scared and I couldn't sleep. But 3 hours later, I was on a course, sending selfie to my mom, saying like, yeah, I'm just about to run. It was actually fun. It was actually not that bad, first 35K. Then I started getting a bit tired. The vibe was there. It was a great event, absolutely. So then I started getting tired, and I saw those sugar gels on the course. You know, they give it to you when you run. So you know that I was not running, was not in the sport at all. And I was like, oh, probably I'm going to try it. Oh my God, they gave me a really good kick for the next 7K, and they tasted very good too. So my goal was to cross the finish line within cut-off time, and I did it. It was absolutely amazing. It was a great feeling. The finish line was next to Opera House, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not a runner. I just started to run, and I did such a great thing. And all this no that I've heard, like, no, you cannot do it, I just did. So it was quite amazing. So when I was coming down from my high from finishing marathon, my flatmate that time said, oh, you know what, I'm gonna get a bike to commute to work. And I was thinking, oh, cycling, interesting. So I got my first bike. I know lots of people were cycling from childhood, and lots of people got their bikes when they were kids. I never had a bike in my life, so I had to learn. And as you can see, sometimes I had to learn hard way, but it was so much fun. After cycling approximately 1 month on a chippy bike with only 3 gears, I decided I love it enough to invest a bit more, and I got my very first proper city bike. I was cycling, was really enjoying. I really loved to go down the hill, all the wind, the speed that you feel. It was absolutely amazing. Not so much uphill though, but Sydney is a great place to cycle. I got so connected with the nature, with view. It was so, so beautiful. And often I was riding along the beach, and I do like swimming. So I saw the swimming competition called Classic, that is in Manly. It's an open water competition. I was like, oh, maybe I should give it a go. And there were 3 options, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, and 5. As you probably can imagine, 1 kilometer was not exciting enough for me. So 5, I couldn't go for 5 because I was not qualified that time. So I decided to go for 2. When I was in the office again, and I was sharing with one of my colleagues that, oh my God, I'm so excited. She was doing triathlon, so she was quite familiar with all these disciplines. And I said, I'm so excited to go for a swim. She's like, what do you mean you're so excited? Aren't you supposed to be excited that way? I'm like, nah, they said it's freestyle. It means feel free to choose your style. What a good English, right? She's like, no, freestyle is actually that way. I'm like, oh, I think I'm in trouble. So next day, I found the swimming school, and I came to the school and said, look, in 5 weeks, I have a swimming competition. It's open water, it's 2K, and I need to learn how to swim. The swimming coach looked at me and said, okay, jump in the pool and show me what you have. A few moments later, she's like, oh, wait. Do you cycle by any chance or run? I was like, yeah, why? She said, because your legs like that, arms like that, and you swim like there is a shark behind you. And I'm like, okay, let's do something about that. For the next 5 weeks, I was training hard twice a week with the school and after school. And 5 weeks later, I completed this distance. And I was so proud of myself. Let's be honest, I wasn't the fastest swimmer. It was a bit scary to be out there in the ocean so far away from the shore. That was challenging, but I did it. And that's all what matters for me that moment. And I was so happy, I was so excited, until somebody mentioned Ironman. And I thought, interesting. That's my swimming. And so shortly after, I found myself in Port Macquarie in Australia, getting ready to do my full Ironman. For those who don't know, Ironman is a set of events. It's a 3-K swim, 180 kilometers cycling, followed by full marathon, 42 kilometers, all in 1 day. Because it's considered as one of the toughest sport event, one-day event in the world. It was an amazing race. It was absolutely amazing. And you know, when I was there, I was so excited to share the race together with those guys and elite athletes from all over the world who traveled to attend this event. Me, who just learned how to swim, who got the very first bike not long time ago. I was there with all these cool guys and girls with absolutely incredible bicycles. I was like, wow, that was absolutely incredible. And so I saw it was very tough race. It was very challenging, and I saw lots of accidents, and lots of people were, especially the last leg and cycling leg, a lot of people were on the grass with a muscle cramp, with dehydration and different accidents. It was really, really difficult. So about 10K before the end of the race, the last leg was running, I decided that, okay, I have enough time to finish. I need to slow down. I will just focus. I really want to across that finish line. And I remember there was a guy next to me. He was just a support. I started walking, and he was walking next to me. He said, you know what, it's okay, you're almost there. You're going to do it. It was a long day, I understand, but you're almost there. You're doing great. And once you see the finish line, you're going to run. You're going to be so excited. I was like, look, I'm done. Like, I'm tired. I feel my muscles. I'm not going to run. If I walk through finish line, I'll be super happy. And you know what happened? When I was close enough to finish line, I could hear the crowd, I could hear music, I could hear somebody says my name in the microphone, and I could see that red carpet, and I could see that finish line that I called my dream destination the day before, and I suddenly don't feel tired anymore. There is no pain in my body, it's a lot of adrenaline, and I start running. I was running so much, I was so excited, I saw all the people, all this energy, everything, and I couldn't believe that me, who never done any races, any smaller races that I was recommended, I never done anything like that, and I'm here, and I'm just about to cross that finish line. I couldn't believe that would be possible, and I was so close. So when I crossed that finish line, I started jumping. I was like so jumping. People who saw the video of me crossing the finish line, they said, did you just finish or you about to run? I was like, I finished, and I got so excited. They're like, you don't look like you just were running for like 16 hours or something. I was absolutely happy. So what I learned from all these stories is never allow our people limitations to define yourself. Listen to yourself. And if you want something, find that one person who will believe in you. If you cannot find that person, listen to yourself. I want you to believe in yourself, and I want you to believe that you can. I want you to tell yourself that you can, because remember, our subconscious mind is very powerful. And next time, when opportunity presents itself to you, don't be scared. Just think, interesting. Thank you.